About what is the difference between awareness and consciousness. So I pondered on it for myself, and I've had conversations like with Patricia Martina, my sister, who's staying with us right now. And I'd like to actually read something to you. This is from an article written by Katie Walker Mayer. What's the difference between consciousness and awareness? Imagine yourself in the middle of a forest being chased by a bear. The rustling of the leaves behind you running away is causing a much needed adrenaline rush in your body. And as you run across the landscape, you search for possible escapes to be not eaten by this bear, right? So you're aware of the trees and the animal life in your vicinity, and you imagine the forest sounds that you can be aware of. You're aware of all that, but you're conscious about a possible untimely end of the journey of your life. And before the bear catches up, let's snap back to reality and ward off the threat. Simply put, being aware and being conscious are two entirely different concepts, even though both words seem to have the same kind of connotation in language. So here's the difference: being aware. Being aware, it is like those announcements you hear on the media. For instance, a hurricane is headed towards the city. Now, while you know what is out there, you're factually aware that it exists. There's little you can do to explain where it is, whether it'll strike you or not, how much damage it'll cause, and so on and so forth. Being aware essentially has a tangible, physically related expression. You're aware of the fact that consuming too much sugar can lead to obesity. You're aware that anything you do might have an impact on your loved one's life. You're aware of your realities primarily because of the factors like emotions and sensations and your cognitive, so your thinking abilities and knowledge. You know what is, but you don't know how it may or may not be related to your life. Being aware does not necessarily equate to being conscious. And now this brings us to being, what does it mean to be conscious? In every sense of the word, being conscious has a lot to do with being spiritual. It refers to that degree of awareness where the physical world, so the 3D stuff that we can touch, no longer obstructs your understanding. It means that you have an awareness of the metaphysical world, right? Where spiritual interactions and learning take place beyond the tangible experiences. Being conscious has a lot more depth than being merely aware. So awareness is considered a prerequisite, like the foundation you need. You need to be aware to be able to tap into consciousness. You can't be conscious about something if you're unaware of it in the first place, right? Makes sense. As in the example we started off with, if you were not aware about everything in your surroundings while you're being chased by the bear, but you were consciously looking out for an escape. So let's do that again. You were aware about everything in your surroundings, but you were consciously looking for an escape. This blurs out your perception of non-related elements. That's what you need. You need to filter, right? In those moments, your focus has to be, your consciousness has to come up with, where is the escape, right? So you have to blend out everything else, enabling you to focus exclusively on certain aspects that will help you survive.